So it's Friday the 2nd of May. We've just popped down to water a few things on our way back from work. But look at this. So this is the red currant bush that was on this plot when we got it. We tidied it up and everything. We put this back round. But look at them. Look at all that fruit on there. There's absolutely loads. All in there and that as well. That is amazing. And then the one I've got in a pot here, not so many coming through on there, but there is a few there. Oh, well, there was. Sorry. But I think we're going to have to look into netting this and getting it protected from the birds and that one. So yeah, that'll be a job for tomorrow, I think. Third, isn't it? Yeah, third. Hi, so we're on Sunday. No, we're not. Saturday. I've just looked at the date. Saturday the 3rd of May.
Start again.
and to think he was the one that banged his head earlier on as well.
Yeah,
So we've got a to-do list, but we've got other jobs that I've already seen that are not on the to-do list. I'll show you in a minute what I'm going to do. I don't know what you're going to get up to.
that's right, yes.
Okay. Well, just don't bang your head.
Waiting. Got loads of waiting to do.
The 3 years we've had that plot over there, right? And the gate bit, you went underneath, bang, didn't you? He thinks he's concussed and everything.
No blood, so it should be
Couldn't
fine.
talk, no nothing. So yeah, that's a good start the weekend, isn't it? But I'm gonna have a look at the beetroot bed as well, because the beetroots that I put in there, you can't see them for weeds. So I need to come up with a plan for that. I've already taken me fortification off the front of that bed. The peas are looking great, but I'm gonna have to have a look and see what we can do. So I'll let you crack on over there and get up to mischief, and I'll do some jobs
shout if I
here.
need you.
You shout if you need us. Yeah, well, you better. So as you can see, I've already taken off the grate that I put on for this, for the peas, because this here is just covered in these little green things like that. There's just loads of them. And it's, even though it's not, I could see where the beetroot was to the weeds. That's not my problem. My problem is weeding through the seedlings. So I really didn't know what to do. I need to be careful as well in case there's ancient cat poo in there somewhere. I need to put some gloves on. I'm going to get in between the peas and take all these little weeds out as well. And then what I thought of doing is covering that with some sort of membrane and then drilling some little holes in and then just direct sow your beetroot in there. It's just I can't be dealing with all these weeds. They're all around the whole bed. Even in the, where I've got me sunflowers, there's loads of weeds popping up in there. It's just something that we've never really had to deal with. Obviously on that plot in the beds, they're all no dig. This is a dig bed, and some of the others are as well. The onions, mind, they're not as bad. I'll show you them a little bit later on, because we put those in October. Oh wow, they are absolutely amazing. I'm so happy with them. One of the jobs on the list as well today is to create some sort of netting cage around there. We have got blue pipe and everything and net, but my thinking is we've got these bits of wood. So these bits of wood, I think they're from my granddad's, can't really remember. But then try and just nail them or screw them into the side of these beds, right? Knock them down a bit, and then I can put netting over the top of them on the onions, because I don't want the onions getting ruined. But that's a plan. I need to find some sort of netting. Probably have got some green debris netting that I can use, or I might have some finer stuff. I'll have to have a look. So this is our compost bin that we made. With the first thing we did on this plot once we got all the grass lawned, mowed over and that. And this has been 3 years. This will be its 4th year now, I think. Eric has moved it from that side and he's done it over and everything. We've had grass cuttings in here. Now, we were concerned the other day because it was only getting up to 10 degrees. And that was putting the thermometer in there in the middle and then down there in the middle, and it wasn't getting up into green or red or anything. It wasn't doing anything. So he's just unscrewed this. We're going to take the front off and do a reveal and see what the layers are like inside. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh no, but you can see though that there's worms in there. Oh, lush. So this is our second lot of homemade compost. The stuff at home, I've got the Brussels sprouts in. This is the first time we've seen anything like this before that we've made. Well, Eric's made it, to be fair. He looks after this side of things because it stinks. But look at the wormies. A few red worms in there. You can see all these lines are off where the worms are travelling through and stuff. Oh, but that's amazing. I want to just put my hand in it. Oh, it's very cold and wet. Oh, it's quite spongy.
It's got loads of areas.
Wow.
The worms, I think.
But yeah, this is amazing. This is just amazing.
Check the temperature in the middle.
Meanwhile, look at the lettuce. It's very pretty. These look amazing. And I think there's some flowers coming through as well off the flower bombs that I put in. Looking really good. Right, I think this is as good as I'm going to get. So I've got some toilet rolls and just got a black, like a big black bin liner, right? Oh, I've snapped a pea. So just, I'm not even going to pick the weeds out. Well, I best get some. Oh, see, perfect fit. I'm going to need to spike it in, aren't I? I haven't got any stakes, they're all at home. Wouldn't care. Eric picked up the big box as well and said, do we need to take them? And I went, no. But then again, I didn't plan this. This is not on my to-do list. Neither was these blooming weeds. It's like trying to just cut across, like big enough to fit the toilet roll holder thing in, right? Right, so I'm going to cut just these in half. These scissors are actually better than the ones I was looking for. Right, I'm going to try these ones first. So I could probably just put that in there, right? And put the toilet roll around it. Because then at least the toilet roll will rot down anyway. Oh, look at that, man. Look at me and my ideas, Eric. Eric's just over there weeding. Come and weed this bed for us. Fab. Just got to do about another 10 now. Right, I'll come back to you. Right, I'm quite happy with that. My back's not, however, so I'm leaving that back row free. And I've actually got some Moulin Rouge beetroot. Now, the first ones that I put in here were bull's blood. Was it bull's blood? Let's have a look. Yeah, bull's blood beetroot. These are now Moulin Rouge. Now, I've grew Moulin Rouge before at home, and they're absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to put one seed in per plug tray. And then once they get big enough, I think I'll probably take the toilet roll off. But to be fair, I'll just see what they're like, because the toilet roll will probably rot down. I'll just see what this is like. I'm going to grow beetroot in the bed in the other plot anyway. But I just wanted something that I don't have to worry about too much in this bed. Oh, there's a big stone in there. Then I'll give them a water in. So while I've been on just doing the beetroot bed, Eric's knocked those in and screwed them to the sides, and I'm now going to get some bamboo and see about doing it across the top, and then I can put some netting on that I've got in the crate. Right, Eric's put another one in the middle, and I've just got some bamboo. This should be strong enough to hold the netting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to staple it to the top, if I can. Yeah, that worked. And then tie wraps. Where did I put my tie wraps? I got the tie wraps out. Where did I put them? And then I'm just going to get a tie wrap. In fact, I'm going to staple the tie wrap to the top of here first. And then I can secure these two inside the tie wrap. I'm full of ideas this morning, aren't I? Oh, but I haven't. It's got a big hole now. Not done that right. I should have done it on the other side. It won't, because the staples are being hard. Hold on. Oh, it's nearly there.
Time for edit.
Time to cut it and start again. Right, yeah, we'll scrap that one. Hold on. Oh, I can't even get it out. Right. I'll start again. So put that tight round the bottom of there. See? I knew what I was doing. And then I can cut that bit off. And then just the other sides to do. But yeah, I'll come back here when we've got the netting to go on. Right, so I've got a massive big roll of this fine mesh. This was sent to us by Oakland Gardens last year. Oakland Gardens. You banged your head and it's rubbing off. Oakland Gardens. So thank you very much. Why do you have to do all these shops when it's like windy as well? This is just not going to like us at all, is it? Where's the end? Where's the end of this? Is that the end? Oh, there's the end. Yeah, you grab that side. Open it though, see what it's like. What? Because that's just skinny. That. What? What? We'll have to go around. Keep going. You won't. Eric's saying he's going to break his neck. Well, if you just wait a minute. Right, feed it round, because I'll give you some slack. Oh, there. Right, and then I'm just going to staple it. What are you doing? Right, hold on, and I'll staple it on this end, because this is the end bit. Right, that's it. I cut off what we don't need, then we can get this big pile out the road. It's like a big, it's like, do you know what it's like? Right, even if I've got a bit on this, I aside. Right, hold the bottom of this bit, Eric, so I can cut it neat down there. Because I need to wrap this side in here. I'm pretty impressed with this already, like.
Quite neat, isn't it?
Uh-huh. We could go the extra mile and try and make a roof with that plastic stuff on the top, but then it's fitting it on. We could have had like wooden battens on the top, like what you said before.
Like a mini greenhouse.
Yeah, like a mini greenhouse. Oh, see, that's plans for next year, isn't it? There, so it's all done. For the top bit, we've just put a piece over, and I've stapled a piece of wood to that end, because eventually we're going to probably need to weed in here over time. So then we can just lift that over, and that'll just sit down this side when we need to weed. So yes, there's a gap in there, but unless the insects and bugs are really clever to think like, oh, we can get in there, not going to happen. But I'm impressed with that. It's going to keep our alliums safe, and hopefully they'll be absolutely amazing. We've been up and bought some clover multi-purpose compost. We saw Jamie this morning as well, so I'm glad to have a catch up with him. He's done loads and loads of work on his plot, so we're looking forward to popping up next time and having a sneak peek of what he's been getting up to. But we've got one of our giant cabbages that are off Dean that is alive and well. Yeah, very much alive. It's actually going to go in one of these beds. Now we've got two of these at home. We're going to put one in the bed, one of the beds at home in the polytunnel, and leave one in a pot. Now, I don't know if you can see it from there, but the roots are just starting to pop through on the bottom of this. So we're going to put one of these in this bed. We're going to top it up first though. I'm going to put some bloodfish and bone in. There's a massive spider just running away from us. So I'm going to go now the other opposite way. So I've got the bloodfish and bone to go in here, but also what I'm going to try, and this is what I found and bought on Temu, it's some copper wire. Now it's very fine and flimsy, but I think if I was to able to, look, oh, it's like a, why is it like that? It's like that mesh, there's no end to it. Oh, hold on. No, there's no, look, it's like a sleeve, Eric.
Really?
Why would it be like that? What? It's flimsy enough to cut, to be fair, right? So, I might, oh, but saying that though, look, if you gather it up like that, and then cut it that way, might be able to put that, because it's quite stretchy, put that in there, and then put that in there.
Yeah.
And put that in there, and this in there,
Yeah.
and that over there.
I'm just agreeing with
That's fine, that's all you ever do.
you. Easy life.
Just put some of this in before we put the...
Think that's enough?
Yeah. The bag slipped.
Oh, good.
See, the wind's helping us. Blowing it out next doors. I didn't like this digging malarkey, like. Made it all nice and neat, haven't we? And then we're just digging it up.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. There, that'll do. Right. I'm going to try and get it out of here now. Right. I kind of see for the leaves. Right, we've put that in. I'm just going to try and stretch this out and just like wrap it round. And hopefully it might deter the slugs a little bit. And leave that there. Firmed it down as much as we can. And just spread this out over the bed that Eric made nice and neat. So hopefully that'll survive. And when we see it next time, it hasn't been eaten. So what we've actually then done is, Eric said, what Dean does is cut those pots in half like that, and then he puts obviously his brassicas and stuff in them. That helps keep the leaves off the soil for the slugs to then come and get them. Yeah, I know that one's hitting a bit there, but that's one of the bottom ones that will probably drop off eventually. But we've cut one of the pots in half and then just put it round the top. So that should be okay. We'll see what that's like tomorrow when we pop down. So I know it's probably a bit early, but I've cheated and bought a cucumber grafted mini stars, right? And this is not for the challenge that I've doing with Jimmy. They're the ones that I've done at home. I've sowed them, but I'm going to put this in here. Now this piece of grate here was on one of the beds to stop the cats getting in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it just down there. And push it down a bit so it's still in line with this metal thing. How'd you get into these boxes? Where's the end? I've just snapped it because it wouldn't show us how I would get in. So I'm just going to fasten these onto here rather than using tie wraps or twine. That's not going anywhere. And then I'm going to put this just down here, I think. I'm going to water this in first bit because it's really dry. I've watered it through the week a couple of times when we've popped in, but it gets red hot in here. We need a thermometer for in here as well, I think, Eric.
Yeah, I know.
And I'll put some bloodfish and bone in as well. I'll just put a little bit of this in here. And give it a rake in. I'll give it a water and I'll give it a few minutes to soak right in. I know it's running away from us there, but I'll dig a trench ready. I'll just let that sit for a bit. So it's already staked up. I want to do it again. And there's also this little clip on the bottom of it in the soil. I don't know why that's been put. Oh, hold on. Is that not what that means? Cucumber grafted. Don't know what that means. I'll have to have a Google and learn that because I've never known that before. The roots look quite nice in this. The soil's quite wet as well. It must have just been watered before we got it. I'll dig a hole. And I'm going to put it in closest side to that and build that up. And then I've left a little bit room, obviously, because the spring onions are here. And what I will do is I will spike it up, but I'm going to push it towards the fencing more. There's a little little arm trying to reach out there, so I'm hoping it's going to grow that way. And if I turn it around a little bit, yeah, that should grow towards the grate, and then it'll grow up on the grate, and that'll be great. Ha! Grow towards the grate, and that'll be great, yeah. Marvellous. So I think we've had a really productive day again today. We've managed to net up the onions. We've potted on the giant cabbage. We've re-sown beetroot in the bed full of weeds. We've weeded all over the place. I've potted on a cucumber in the polytunnel. Eric weeded over the road. We've watered everything. I think that's it for now. We haven't got much time tomorrow because Sophie's got her last game of the season against Durham City. Really tough side, but we're really looking forward to that game. And Monday, we'll probably get down and see what are the jobs that are on the to-do list that I haven't done today that we can get done and sorted out. But thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. We hope you have a good bank holiday weekend, and take care. Bye.